Hi, beautiful intuitive souls. Welcome back. Today, I felt divinely guided to pop on here real quick and share some messages from Spirit because I've been feeling a lot of energy coming through. And I wasn't necessarily planning on recording today, but there was just such an intense push to just jump on and grab some card decks and share some messages. So hopefully, if you found this video, there are messages here for you that will resonate. And Spirit guided you here for a reason. So let's see what wants to come through. I am just going to pull the cards, asking for whatever messages are most needed to hear from this for this beautiful soul community here that we have. This first deck I'm pulling from is the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell, and I had two cards just fly out. And the first one is Trust the Niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And the second card came in reversed, and it's the Play card. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So I feel like what they're showing right now is trust the niggling feeling or the nudge is to play more, is to get out in nature, is to feel free to be yourself, is to engage in activities that light you up, that are maybe things that you, creative expressions of yourself that you haven't tapped into lately, recently, or maybe at all before. It's all about trusting your imagination and using and letting your imagination to guide you in whatever free flow play your soul wants to do. So the fact that the play card was reversed tells me that maybe we're too stuck. Some of you are too stuck in routine mode, and there are some core issues that are needing to be released or addressed. Your soul is carrying a heavy burden right now, and so that's why your guides are encouraging you to step a little out of your comfort zone and get comfortable with play, movement, free flow, whether that's getting into crafting or an activity that maybe is new to you, something that you want to learn, like crochet, or, these are just examples, but even drawing or art can help you tap into your intuitive side. And so that's what they're highlighting for you is it's really important that you let your imagination take you where it wants to go. So meditation practices where you call in your inner child and you really feel a heart connection with your inner child, allowing your inner child to guide you into the activities that your soul wants to connect with at this time to feel more free, more balanced, more eternally present in the here and now. Because a lot of us are feeling scatterbrained, they're showing me, feeling like we have all these tasks, all these to-do lists in front of us, and just feeling a bit of that chaotic overwhelm that comes with this time of year. So they're saying getting out in nature is going to help you ground some of those energies, release and transmute. Allowing Mother Earth to help you gain more access to the soul nourishment that are coming from the stability of your own root system when you feel truly connected to your body, to the wisdom of your womb, to your authentic soul signature and frequency, feeling free to play and just be itself in harmony with whatever your creative desires and passions are. Because a lot of you, they're showing me, are blocking things out. You're feeling a call to do something or get involved or create, but whatever your passions are pushing you to create right now, but your mental mind is shifting you away from that, is just overburdened with the amount of to-dos on your list. So you're just feeling like you're just kind of ignoring, or the feeling is like neglecting that side of yourself, when that side of yourself is actually the frequency you most need now to connect or feel more connected to your higher soul, and how spirit is speaking through you now, how your intuition is speaking through you now. So let go and give yourself some freedom to move and play and just feel free in your own expansion process. So, moving to the next deck, it's Mystical Journey Oracle by Tennessee Carpenter, if I said that right. So, what messages want to come out? Two more cards right away. One is breaking free, and I'm hearing breaking free from limitations, self-inflicted, societal inflicted, um, limitations and rules and regulations. So this goes again with the feeling of being free to be yourself. Sometimes we limit ourselves by putting too many rules. They're calling it rules of engagement. This is how you do this. This is how this needs to be done. This is how that needs to look. It's like our perfectionist aspect over active in the forefront of our minds right now. So Spirit is calling you to give yourself permission to let go of how it needs to look and how it needs to be done, but trust more in your divine organic flow to naturally lead you to the next priority task. The thing that most needs your attention in this moment will always be calling you, and it will always be coming from your heart when you feel connected and anchored into the present now moment, where all change and transformation and healing actually takes place. And so the next one is self-care. And so that makes total sense. And I'm hearing self-compassion goes along with self-care. So finding ways to nurture yourself in your own solidarity, to create sacred time, sacred rituals with yourself where you feel alone and not distracted by outside attachments. And that could even mean egoic attachments or old identities that are ready to be shed. So they keep reminding me, as I've been giving a lot of readings in the last week, and some of themes have been popping up. The theme of letting go being one of them, that this 2025 year has been a year of the snake and a year of shedding old identities, false beliefs, false paradigms, learning new ways to co-create harmony within our own life so that we are really attending and giving prioritized focus on the aspects of self-care, self-regulation, healing that help us to feel more activated and embodied in our pure soul essence. So, purification rituals right now with the full moon energy, they are very much stressing. And I had Isis show up for a client earlier today, and she's reminding me to share to work with the moon goddesses right now. And so Freya is another one as well who really come through around the time of the full moon energy, where we can really embrace or amplify or tap into our soul's magnetic feminine charge of divine goddess energy that wants to birth itself or show us where there are illusions or where we have been casting spells against our own self. So going back to the self-limiting beliefs, they always stem from a fear of a potential outcome. And so when we take the time to really look at where those fears are coming from, where the source or core wounds of those traumas are coming from and manifesting through our fear or lack of ability to really step into our power and our creator mode, knowing we are sovereign and we are free to create what we desire, and we have access to all of the creational forces that we need at any given moment, to birth that into fruition. We just have to understand what messages are our feelings, our emotional energies, our fears coming through our emotions are asking us to release. So, what they're showing me is a lot of you, specifically watching this video, are being called to release the need to be perfect, the perfectionism um, spell, so to speak, that limits us in our ability to move more freely within our flow and to see more clearly a higher path or a higher way of attuning or manifesting or connecting to what we desire to actually birth. So they're saying it's definitely a time to really uh, incorporate more de-stressing practices, self-regulating techniques specifically at this time, because a lot of us too, they're showing, are collectively or are picking up on, as highly sensitive souls and empaths, the collective frequencies of chaotic energy and just overwhelm and scattered energy, anxiety, and it comes up a lot around this time of year for us to process. So some of us are processing through layers of those vibrations in the collective field just when we're going out into public places or engaging with other people who it's just a natural time for us to feel that kind of heavier burden right now. And so it's really important to stay tuned to your own energy and knowing how you are authentically feeling so that you can give yourself permission really to take the time that you need to do the things that you need to nurture your own life force energy. And that's going to help you really build momentum into moving more into manifestation of your visions, goals, and dreams as we cross the threshold into the new year coming up soon. So the next deck I'm going to pull from it's going to bring in the elemental energies. It's the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Linn. And I just keep hearing purification process. We're all going through it, and we have been going through it, and we'll continue to go through it as a collective as we awaken and activate more of our higher self aspects, integrating those more in our quantum DNA with all the solar flashes and solar upgrades that have been happening. And I got three cards actually. So they were showing me working with unicorn energy. White magic is what they're calling that, is high vibrational for purification, source, pure source, diamond ray frequency energy as well, meditating and cleansing our aura with that and creating like an egg or visualizing that type of energy around us when we do go out into the field, so to speak, and when we are doing our shopping and engaging with a lot of different people, that we will feel more protected within our own soul's energy during those times. And I have the water spirit card coming through with manifesting dreams. So this is part of that moving into manifestation mode in 2026, because that's a time of a year where a lot of the things we've been working on, especially in the last 9 years, because we are ending a 9 year cycle right now and starting a new one. It's like stepping through a portal of 0 point energy where old timelines start collapsing. So you're going to notice old friends, old connections just naturally and organically falling away, old or jobs, things that just don't resonate anymore are still very much falling away naturally, and you are naturally being guided to more aligned pathways for manifestation, whether it's through career, work, or even partnerships, romantic relationships. And the second card is the Phoenix Transmutation card. And the Phoenix is just a powerful emblem and spirit guide to work with right now. Carries the codes of the violet flame as well, is what I'm being shown right now. I know Ascended Master Saint Germain and his twin flame lady Portia are powerful guides to work with to use the alchemy of the violet ray. And my guides have been having me work with that frequency as well, because again, collectively speaking, there's a lot of dense, heavier energy. There's a lot of heart healing activations. A lot of people are being literally broken open to really be able to see more clearly how they're living in maybe a little bit of an illusion, in the sense that some of the attachments that they have are really egoic attachments and not real, true soul attachments. And so some of these revelations, so to speak, and even the revelations of the shadow aspect of humanity are being revealed. So having a method or a way of really being able to feel like you are able to transmute is it's transmutation is the theme in essence of being able to move forward, to rise out of the ashes like the symbol of the phoenix, to recreate or rebirth yourself into a higher form. So as those layers shed and fade, on the other side of that is the new version of you that your current self is literally connecting to right now, receiving guidance from, to guide you into onto your higher path so that you can come into full bloom when the time is right. And so just notice where you might be seeing that symbol coming up for you as a divine synchronicity and confirmation that you are on the right path. And the third card is Spirit Guardian of Autumn. Letting go. How perfect, because that's technically the season we are in, getting ready to move into the portal of the winter solstice. And letting go, of course, because we're shedding the old. The leaves are turning different colors. They are slowly falling off the tree and getting prepared for the hibernation season of winter. And so this is essentially, we are aligning with the natural cycle of nature herself by giving ourselves permission to just be free of anything that just doesn't resonate anymore. We don't have to continue to fulfill those commitments or make those promises. We have the right and freedom to change our minds or to shift in new directions. So, a lot of us are being called to go in a new direction right now, to just put our past aside or behind us and not continue to look back all the time, wondering like how it all connects or how it's always going, how we can bring that with us. We're actually being called to let that go for now and be free completely to allow that future self or higher self version fully radiate, fully be seen in new and inspiring ways. So I feel some of you are getting a lot of inspirational and intuitive hits, and a lot of those hits are connected into what you are being called to manifest in 2026. A lot of you are receiving downloads right now about that. So do trust your intuition in the downloads you're receiving. And they're recommending, the guides are to keep a journal on a healing journal, they're calling it, on all of what you feel you are ready to let go of, I'm sorry, and what creative inspiration you are receiving, and just write it down in a journal. And you don't have to act on it right now. And that's the beauty of journaling, is you can just write down what you're receiving without any sense of attachment to the outcome of what that actually means. And some of you, I'm hearing, are being called to write a book. And so there's definitely a connection to that, because they're showing me book writers. Like some of you are feeling that call. And so trust in that. That can be a confirmation for you if it resonates, um, to move forward in that direction. And then, so the last deck I will pull from is the Goddess Power deck, one of my favorite decks. And we'll see what goddess energy wants to come through. I have one card here, but I'm going to, oops, allow more to come out. Okay, so the first card is Ain. She's a fairy queen from what I remember, and the card says adaptability. So flexibility is key, I'm hearing. Learning to adapt with the ebb and the flow and the changes because transformation does require change for new growth to arrive. So part of the letting go process is being willing to adapt to what does want to come in or how things want to shift and change in your life. So they're again going back to the um, he's talking about rigidity or rigidness in your schedule or routine. There's a lack of circulation or flow. There needs to be more room for expansion and release. So, more space in between. They're showing me that some of you are piling on too many tasks on your plate, and it's like the analogy they're giving me is like going to a buffet where you just want to taste everything. So you put like all this food on your plate, but it's like your eyes are bigger than your stomach or something like that. There's a saying like that. Um, and it's just too much. It's like overwhelm. Your body can't fully even enjoy all those tastes at once. It's like too much on your plate. You're carrying too much on your plate, and your digestion is off as a result. And so, there could be a connection too if some of you are experiencing digestive issues. That could be a symbolic message coming through that symbolically you're taking on too much, more than you can chew, so to speak, is what they're saying. So be careful what you commit to at this time. Like, really take time to honor yourself and honor the commitments that you do make with integrity by being in like by honoring your own integrity or your own ability to make decisions that truly harmonize with your life force energy and what you want to attach to or commit to and follow through with, so that you're not creating cords or commitments to things that just aren't really fulfilling you at the level that your soul is requiring right now, as we do move into a time of season that we're actually being called to slow down. But ironically and paradoxically, I at least feel and experience this time of year as being the most chaotic, the most busy, the most like hustle, and with like not a lot of room for error, especially if you have a big family and there's just a lot of tasks, extra tasks on your plate with the holidays. So adaptability and flexibility. And then we have Epona, the goddess Epona, which is a horse goddess as well. And she's saying her card says wise leadership. So I am seeing that a lot of you or some of you watching this are really stepping into a more powerful leadership role or are currently undergoing spiritual initiations by your higher soul and team of spirit guides to really become more of a master of your own intuition, but also how you express that aspect of yourself through your leadership. So it's about staying heart connected, one to your own source energy and soul's knowing, but also in how you guide others as a leader to always stay connected to like being able to see like what's going on. Like reading between the lines is the best way I can explain it. It's like what's really going on here? Is it just because not everything you see is what you get, I guess is kind of what they're saying, but they're showing me that it's more like you know more intuitively of you can pick up more intuitively of what's going on and how to handle the situation better if you are able to really see past the masks, see beyond the illusion, and connect into your soul's wisdom in the moment. So I feel many of you have a big ability for leadership to step into leadership roles and more empowering roles for yourself, but you have to learn how to trust your own intuition first. So there's really a lot of need for discernment as well, and being careful whose advice you're actually taking to heart, and if it actually feels aligned with your soul in the sense that is that how you're hearing your own intuition? Is that what your intuition is saying? Because it might be someone else's guidance, but it's maybe not made tailor-made for you. So from that perspective, yes, it's very important in how we discern what we are picking up on. If it feels like you're being pressured or you're just feeling a lot of pressure or anxiety to move in a direction, that would actually be a sign to slow down from your intuitive perspective, because the feeling is some of you are rushing the process in attempting to step into this more empowered role too quickly without really taking your time to really center into what's being asked of you in the moment, that you might just be pushing yourself to overachieve is kind of the sense I'm getting. So those of you who have the tendency to overachieve, a good way to bring that aspect into balance is to set up more time and ritual space to connect into your higher self. So like meditation or just anything that helps you get out of your mind, right? Decord or disconnect from the mind and tune more into just the natural flow of however your soul wants to move in the moment. So I'm seeing gardening as a practice, um, singing, music, like dancing, like anything, art, creative drawing, crafting, anything that just gets you more like out of your mind and into your creative flow will help you kind of reset your energy a little bit and take some of the pressure off of yourself by giving yourself permission to rest and to do the self-care, like we mentioned before, things that really nourish your soul so that you have more freedom to express yourself authentically, where you're not being pushed, like the mind isn't running the show. And so, how you balance your inner self, how you create harmony within your own field between your mind and your heart connection is going to translate into how well you will be able to guide or lead others, regardless of what position of leadership that role will manifest in. So it's the quality of the leadership that really counts. And so lead by example, by leading from your heart is essentially what they're saying. And so the last card of the reading here that we will end on is Saradwin. She's a Celtic goddess, I believe. Potential. You have all the creative power and potential you need in this eternal now moment. It's all about using your own psychic awareness to allow yourself to harmonize with what that where that creative potential essentially is most utilized or best utilized for the highest good of all in that in any given moment. And so just harnessing your power and keeping your awareness on areas where you may be giving too much or not allowing yourself to like being overly in giving mode, which is more like the over active divine masculine aspect of ourselves, where we just want to do and do more, and we get kind of caught in a momentum or whirlwind of catching ourselves just like going all in and just going in to save the day, so to speak. Um, but freeing yourself from some of those burdens and commitments, and by honoring and giving yourself more time to receive is what is really going to empower you and help you to feel more grounded, anchored into soul, and more aligned with your highest path as you move forward. into the new year. So I'm so happy at a moment to come on and share these messages with you. I'd love to hear how these messages resonate. And I'd love to hear any practices that you can share on how to stay connected to soul, how what nourishing practices that you have for yourself that help you stay balanced, especially in these chaotic or more high vibrational, like high chaos energetic times. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.